Breaking news coming in of a very poignant social media post by a retired public sector officer that's triggered widespread outrage after he described the rampant corruption he faced following the death of his only daughter. He lost his daughter at the age of 34. Sivakumar, the former Chief Financial Officer of Bruhat Bengaluru Corporation Limited, shared a deeply emotional post describing the ordeal he went through while completing the formalities after the death of his 34-year-old daughter. In the post, which has now been deleted, he recounted how he was forced to pay bribes at every step, from the ambulance service to the police station to the crematorium and even the BBMP office to obtain the necessary documents and services. We have our colleague Deepak joining us in order to get us more on this. Deepak, now action is going to be taken is what the Bengaluru police is now promising in this regard. Take us through the details, because it's a very shocking incident. A man who's lost his very young child, his only daughter, had to undergo all these ordeals of all kinds in order to pay bribes every step of the way.
Well, this is a problem that citizens, of course, face, but more often than not, it goes unheard. Whenever there is a death in the family, people have to shell out money for death certificates. If there's a post-mortem that needs to be done, again, the police get involved, and there are hospital officials, government hospital officials who get involved, and then there is a lot of exchange of money that needs to happen. And especially for a grieving family, it is such a horrifying ordeal to really deal with. And here you have a senior citizen, a person who's lost his daughter. He through his social media post, he had shared the kind of pain that he had to endure. Firstly, of course, of losing his daughter, and then having to actually pay bribes from the police to the crematorium staff to the hospital staff, to even the BBMP for death certificates. And he says that he was absolutely appalled. He had shared this on LinkedIn, and it had gained a lot of traction, and the Commissioner of Police, of course, taking cognizance of this, has now instructed the Deputy Commissioner to initiate action, at least as far as the police department and if any wrongdoing is concerned. What I'm right now hearing is the fact that there could be a suspension and a departmental inquiry as well of a sub-inspector and a constable who could be involved in this. This will, of course, send a strong message to anybody who tries to indulge in a crime like this. And more importantly, the Commissioner is also looking to speak to the person here further. If they want to file a complaint, there would be more action taken against the other erring staff as well. Right,
these are concerns that are being voiced, like you mentioned, that most of this goes unnoticed because this does happen. This is something, and we're talking about the IT hub. We're talking about Bengaluru, a metropolitan city of India, where an ambulance driver is demanding 3,000 rupees for transporting the body of his daughter to the crematorium.
Yes, it's unfortunate that such incidents repeatedly occur, and the people have to go through these sort of problems. And here the opposition as well is coming down quite heavily and saying that this is the level of corruption that exists in the system and it needs to be fixed. Nikhil Kumaraswamy of the JDS has already put out a social media post questioning what action will the government take, or what will they do to put an end to such rampant corruption, which is now out there for everybody to see through this particular post that was shared.
It is because obviously the family is dealing through the trauma, the emotional turmoil of losing a member of their family, and that too their only child, and as young as 34 years of age. So he's not only just lost his only daughter, but also the claims that are being made is that the police officials were extremely rude to him.
Yes, and it's so heartbreaking. Firstly, you have a situation where a person loses their loved one, and then for something that is considered a normal process and something that should be done with all honesty, here you have government officials misusing their position, be it from the police or be it from the BBMP staff, be it the crematorium staff, or even the hospital staff. He says there was a series of bribes that he had to pay, and it's not one or two, and that's where really the conscience of the government really should come into play and look into all of these departments, and if there is any sort of corruption, put an end to it at the earliest.
Right. Of course, let's just also get you some of the political reactions coming about. We have a BJP leader joining us as well. Sir, thank you for speaking with us here on NDTV. Prakash of the BJP joining us on the broadcast this morning. Sir, thank you for joining us. But your reaction to the lack of empathy when it comes to families losing their loved ones, instead seeing this as an opportunity to make that extra buck on the side?
No, empathy is a non-existent in BBMP. They only see the money. Whatever the distress condition the person who is in, they are not bothered. They want to amass the wealth. The corruption of cancer has spread every section of the BBMP administration, and it needs a major surgery. And unfortunately, none of them are punished in a swift basis. It takes years and years to pin them down. So nobody is fear law and order or the government. If somebody is suspended, they know where to approach and which card they have to play. Pay money and get back to the same post. Unfortunately, in BBMP, the transfers have to be made only in Bangalore. Either he will be in this department or the other department. Ultimately, doing the same corruption job every time, everywhere. This should be put an end. The government should take it seriously and act upon.
Thank you so much for speaking with us. We also have Brinda Adige, social activist, joining us. Brinda, a very sad state of affairs that has surfaced. And as my colleague Deepak was pointing out, this is something that is now being considered as the norm, and this is not out of the ordinary at a time when there is an emotional turmoil that the family is going through, and at a time when help is required, is when people are trying to make these extra bucks from whether it's the ambulance driver to the police itself being extremely rude. Your reaction?
This entire setup, especially the BBMP, has nobody to govern them, nobody to demand accountability from them. It is a bureaucratic, political, colonial Raj. We have had no elections of councillors for 2 terms, and nothing of that is happening even after the High Court has said that we need to have elections. That said, the bureaucrats have continued to be working with the ministers and other MLAs in ruling the roost. No accountability. So, who are we going to complain to? Nobody. There is no complaints mechanism. The complaints mechanism is not with the elected representative from the councillors and the wards and the constituencies. Everything is sitting with other ministers, and those guys are on a trip of their own. Corruption is their second name. So until and unless we hold the senior officials accountable for corruption, there is no way we are able to stop or even demand or challenge that the ambulance driver or the nurse or the doctor or somebody else over there does not demand. Who do I report to? Because I cannot report to anybody. I'm reporting to another corrupt doctor or another corrupt nurse or another corrupt senior person over there. And I think it is time that the senior officers be pulled up, and we need to have a law. Right now, we have no law.
Right. Of course, the lawlessness and the lack of empathy being highlighted in this very tragic time that the family is facing. Very young death of a young daughter, 34 years old of age, has died. And here, of course, bribes that are being asked of the family members. Thank you so much for joining us with the details. Breaking news coming in, and this is in regard to the Karnataka government. They're facing flack for promoting Wayanad tourism. That is after a social media post, and that too by the Karnataka State Tourism Department Corporation, promoting Wayanad in Kerala as a tourist destination that has, their social media site saying the beautiful Wayanad awaits you under a blanket of fog, while promoting its 2-night and 3-day tour package to the hilly district. It was accompanied by a caption seeking thrill or tranquility. Find both in Wayanad. Trek scenic trails, chase waterfalls and meet the wild. That is your perfect nature escape that awaits you, is the post that was put out, and that is something that snowballed into a controversy with Kannada activists and netizens, of course, calling out why Kerala and not Karnataka. Deepak joining us in order to take us through the details. Of course, the Karnataka government coming under flak for promoting Kerala within the state. Deepak.
Well, yes, and in the past as well, the BJP has attacked the Congress government when it comes to either funding for the Wayanad landslide, and then we had a situation where a person was trampled by an elephant in Wayanad, and then compensation was announced by the state government. The BJP has been maintaining that this is an effort by the Congress leaders here to really keep their bosses in Delhi happy, especially the Gandhi family. We should note that the earlier MP of Wayanad was Rahul Gandhi. Right now, of course, it's Priyanka Gandhi, and the BJP is saying that this is now the tourism department's, yet another attempt at appeasing them, because here this is a tour package to Wayanad that was announced through their official handles, and they're saying that instead of promoting places within the state of Karnataka, here you have the government promoting a place in Wayanad, and this is again an attempt to just appease the Gandhi family, is the charge that is coming in from the opposition here in Karnataka.
Right, Deepak, stay with us. We also have Shahzad Poonawala joining us. Shahzad, of course, we have, activists in Karnataka saying that there are other similar destinations within the state of Karnataka. Why is the government of Karnataka promoting Kerala instead? Your reaction?
Karnataka CM is acting like as if he is the district magistrate of Wayanad. There's nothing wrong in promoting places like Wayanad or promoting all the places of India. But at a time when there is a suffering in Karnataka, farmers are suffering, highest taxes are charged to the people of Karnataka, and we are seeing that potholes are there every day. At that time, you are spending the money of taxpayer of Karnataka on promoting first family bastion in Kerala. Now, this shows that the psychophancy has crossed all levels. I congratulate Deepak for the story, but you please see that the people of Karnataka, they are not getting good infrastructure. Every day there is a story of one corporate group or company leaving Karnataka. People are suffering from the potholes. People in North Karnataka are suffering. And there are many beautiful places in Karnataka that can be promoted. But what is Karnataka tourism's priority? That you have to do the psychophancy of the first family, so therefore promote their constituency. I wonder how people of Karnataka must be feeling today, that their hard-earned taxpayer money is being spent by the Karnataka CM and the Deputy CM only to do the, in a sense, to score brownie points with Priyanka Vaja. This is most shameful, and I think that the people of Karnataka will never forgive this.
Well, the chairman of the Karnataka State Tourism Department has gone on to say that they have been promoting Wayanad as well as Ooty along with Tirupati for 2 decades now. This is nothing new or different that they've done this time around.
No, we all know that the priority is only how the first family can be, in a sense, appeased, and how they can be psychophancy that can be done for the first family. And therefore, time and again, Karnataka government has been tailoring all its schemes or all its objectives towards that end. The fact of the matter is that today you are not able to fulfill the guarantees. You have taken huge amounts of loans. The fact of the matter is that you say that you don't have resources to fix the potholes, you don't have resources to build infrastructure. So that time your priority is to promote a destination outside Karnataka or to fix the problems of Karnataka. What is the priority today? So the priority is only first family ki seva and psychophancy. That is why this ad has been given. This ad has been given, then the envelope mein usko dal ke they have sent it to Priyanka Vaja that, look madam, we have done such a great thing using the people's money in Karnataka. That is why this ad has been given.
Right, point taken. Shahzad Poonawala, thank you so much for speaking with us here on NDTV. Deepak, my colleague, stays with us. Deepak, back to you. Of course, this is, of course, being tied to the Gandhi family because it is Priyanka Gandhi Vaja who is the MP of Wayanad. Take us through, the kind of reactions coming about. We just heard the BJP reacting as well, talking about, the problems that Karnataka as a state is facing and why is the focus not on fixing those problems instead of promoting other places?
Well, the reaction that's going to come in from the government here is definitely going to be the fact that there have been, tourist packages that have been provided to various places from Karnataka to the neighboring districts because the KSTDC organizes it. But here for the BJP, of course, considering it's Wayanad and considering, what I had mentioned earlier, be it the compensation that was given to a person who was trampled by an elephant, be it the promise to build houses after the Wayanad landslide, or all of these assurances, the BJP has been maintaining that all of it comes for Wayanad only because of their love for the Congress leadership, especially the Gandhi family. So that is the charge. Now the counter, of course, is that the KSTDC continues to promote all tourism to neighbouring districts, not just Kerala, to Tamil Nadu, even to Andhra Pradesh as well. And this has been happening for a long time now. Is the defence, but the politically, of course, this is quite a charged up issue now, considering the fact that this is a high profile constituency, Wayanad, and again the tourism that has been announced here from the KSTDC is to Wayanad as well.
Because, while on the other side, we did hear that the Karnataka State Tourism Department say that this is nothing new, that it has been, it's been something that they've been promoting for the last 2 decades, whether it's Ooty, whether it's Tirupati, or whether it's Wayanad.
Well, precisely what I was mentioning, and the Karnataka ministers or any of the leadership here will continue to maintain that this is nothing new. Any neighbouring districts in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, or Kerala, they have been promoting it because this is a part of their tour packages. But now for the BJP, of course, considering the fact that this is specifically a post that was put on Wayanad.
Deepak, hold that thought. We also have Salim Ahmed of the Congress Party joining us. Sir, your reaction to, of course, many people are taking to that social media post by your tourism department, asking people to go to Wayanad. Many netizens as well as social activists questioning as to why not promote other parts of Karnataka within Karnataka. Why promote Kerala?
Karnataka tourism definitely will ask them to go to Wayanad. They were asked to go to Tamil Nadu. They were asked to other states of the remaining states of Telangana. Not only Wayanad. Why the BJP is only thinking of Wayanad? Because Priyanka is a member of parliament. Kerala tourism is most important. Definitely we do all those things. But BJP is making this statement. They should have better business to react about the development, about the opposition, what they have to do. They are not doing that one. Sometimes they talk about guarantees, they talk about tourism. Let them give constructed areas. Let them teach constructed
many
things.
questions are being raised as to why is it that the issues that people in Karnataka are facing, infrastructural issues, whether it's the pothole issues, whether it's the problem of pollution to some extent, and also, traffic jams, why are those issues not being addressed and instead of promoting tourism to other parts of the country?
It is our responsibility, people give mandate, because the heavy rains, and more than 15,000 potholes have already been filled. And I'm not justifying, because the heavy rains, the roads have been spoiled. We are at it. Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister on war footing, they were visiting the city Bangalore, other parts of the state. So we'll set right things. Have little patience. And definitely about the other things, we are taking care, because people have given the support. Definitely we will not let them down. It is our responsibility, and we will do it.